Yung comparing the pre-law days and to now, what's the difference? Kasi I understand pagdating sa pre-law, you have to take general, I don't know, general practice. Like for example, business, some people take accounting, that sort of thing. Yung pre-law days mo, ano yung tinake mo?
Uh, yeah. So my pre-law was international studies. I studied
Mm-hmm.
at Ateneo de Zamboanga, no? And yun na nga, ibang-iba talaga yung
Mm-hmm.
pag-aaral ng pre-law. So nung undergrad pa lang ako and to as compared to law school, we first look at again the demands. Kasi ito dito sa law school, what is required of you is to read. What I'm not saying na hindi usual ang mga undergrads na hindi nagbabasa. I meant uh, the readings that we are given kasi hindi lang yan cases and hindi sa cases it can range from depende sa i-assign ng prof for a specific period. So maybe for a meeting you can go from 10 cases, 20. There came a point where in my first year for constitutional law, where there was a day that we were assigned, I think, 30 to 40. Uh, and that's only the cases. There are also readings which include uh, the provisions itself, so in the Constitution or in specific laws. Uh, and then aside from that, if you want to understand what specific provisions mean, you go and refer to what we call a commentary. So usually a legal scholar uh, in a commentary explains that a provision is this, a provision is that. It, it, the provision provides this and that, and the commentator in that case comments on such specific provision. Now, again, comparing this with the undergrad where usually you've been given a reading
Mm-hmm.
and it can be short, it can be long, but most of the time, the reading involves uh, the thoughts of a person or persons, and sometimes you don't even need to refer to other references to understand. You only need to read the actual reading. So sometimes, yun na nga, that includes papers, et cetera. So, ayun. Aside from that, the dynamic, kasi again, this is what we call a professional degree, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, the dynamic kasi no undergrad, I joked around before that I said na, after graduating from senior high, it felt like a continuation lang naman. Uh, but again, experiences will differ depending on which school, which program, and even personal thoughts. So in my case, when I said that this is a continuation, kasi I've been in Ateneo since senior high. Uh, so parang the nature, I mean, not only the nature, but the rigor of
Mm-hmm.
studying in Ateneo, ayun na nga, which includes the usual readings and reflections, etc. You're usually, ayun na nga, parang makes you want to reflect and think. Now, to compare to the type of readings we have sa law school, again, kasi ika nga nila ang basis natin is cases,
Mm-hmm.
is yung mga cases and yun na nga, what the Supreme Court says, a law is this, a law is that, it's directly that. Most of the time, you don't need to reflect on it. There's no reflection needed, di ba? Parang, ano ba nga ba? Kasi nga, yun, ano nga ba ang batas? The Supreme Court says, Congress says, uh, ganito, ganyan, then yun talaga yun. So, no reflection. And continuing on the discussion on dynamics, you also look at the people you deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So, most of the time, di ba, when you're in college, uh, tawag dyan, you're dealing with other fellow students who are not working, who are expected to, yun na nga, to study, go home. Usually, they don't have work when you're dealing. And again, because this professional school and yung mga nag-aaral nito can range from, in our case, siguro mga early 20s and some even yung mga age can go to 30s, 40s. Some of them are already working, etc. So, iba rin ang dynamics dito, no? Uh, We have to deal with people na already have families or who are working. So aside from studying, they're working, etc. So again, the dynamic not only to the academic rigors, but also to the people you work with. And siguro to add to that, even your professors, di ba?
Mhm.
Ah, kasi sa undergrad ko, ah, yun na nga, ayun, academics. Academics on that ano, in a way, or is based on the study of international studies and in a bigger scope, the social sciences. In law kasi iba rin 'to. Ah, eto nga, they all come from different backgrounds, different specializations, ika nga nila. Some full academics, others practicing litigation lawyers in or even a name partner in top law firms. Yung iba makikita mo sa TV, ini-interview, 'di ba, ng mga CNN, for example. So,
Mhm.
ibang-iba, ibang-iba. And most of the time, most of the time, they have ano nga, parang parang beyond teaching, meron talaga silang full-time work. Eh, well, compared nung undergrad, siguro most of our instructors are full-time professors in their college. So, ayun siguro, um, parang yun ang difference 'no. Pero I think, i i isisingit ko na lang rin 'no na, if there are questions on pre-law or I think we should discuss siguro 'no, yung concept ng pre-law. Eh,
Mhm.
okey lang ba na
Yeah, go.
pinangungunahan na kita?
No,
Okey.
it's okay
Kas
kasi Mike, one of the reason ko bakit gusto ko rin talaga kita makausap to the previous episode, previous podcast na meron ako last year is is this kasi not a lot of, people talaga na understand this thing. Like, we have the privilege na tuwing magkasama tayo, lagi natin pinag-uusapan to. We talk about na certain things, or especially in politics, we talk the certain way kasi we understand the importance of, conversing about this. So, again, balikan kita doon. So, in terms of pre-law, what's the what you call this, yung differences between the pre-law itself and the actual studying of law, or yung anong tawag doon, yung studying for bar exam.
I think it's too early for me to discuss that.
Mm.
In my
Well, that
case,
is true. Mm-mm.
I'm still in my second year of study, so ayun, too early to discuss
Mm-hmm.
that. No experience yet and not familiar. Pero ano na lang, maybe I can talk about the concept of a pre-law,
Mm-hmm.
especially those who are interested in pursuing a degree in law and people want to become lawyers. So the concept of pre-law, kasi the nature of a law degree in the Philippines, it is solely the Juris Doctor degree. We no longer offer Bachelor of Law. So, what is required is a 4-year degree, any degree, as long as it is 4 years. So, kahit Bachelor of Arts yan, or Bachelor of Science, whether accountancy, political science, biology, information technology, engineering, etc. It does not matter. So if you are a graduate of 4-year degree plus meet the qualifications required by the particular law school that you intend to enroll in. So in the case of, for example, in the University of the Philippines, you are required to have certain units which include English units, mathematics, and social sciences, etc. So, ayun, uh, in generally, you only need, yun na nga, a 4-year degree plus what is required of you by that particular law school. And before, yun na nga, meron talaga, nung mga siguro 30 years, 40 years ago, sorry, 50 years ago, meron talaga kasing degree na par particularly what they call a pre-law. Pero ngayon hindi na. What is only required is a 4-year degree and requirements needed for each school. Now, siguro next gen, some people may think so, 'di ba? One of the things people ask, ay what's the best pre-law? And yun nga, it really depends. Um, yeah, pero eto, again, personal opinion ko lang 'to, yeah, if meron man, it will be accountancy. Because much of the subjects provided in the study of law, which, for example, obligations of contracts, sales, agency partnership, uh, yung mga ganong subjects.
Mhm.
These are subjects that are already what you call part of the study of accountancy in the Philippines and all over the country, dadaanan at dadaanan talaga nila yan. So, uh, we cannot remove the nature of those subjects, which is which are primarily in line with the study of accountancy. Now, it does not mean that other courses cannot compete. In fact, sa huli, nasa tao pa rin yan. So, yun lang yung opinion
Mhm.
ko as to if there's a question on what's the best philo. So, ayun lang, and this is based on, ayun na, uh, when we deal sa ating pag-aaral and mapapansin mo naman talaga na sino yung makaka-advance, et cetera. So, my good friend is an accountant actually. And ano siya, makikita naman natin na ayun, sabi niya nga na eto mga subjects na ito, dinaanan niya na 'to nung undergrad. So, parang it feels like taking it for a second time, 'di ba? So, ayun, I'm in my case, I had subjects on um, international law, and in particular humanitarian laws and uh, diplomacy and consular laws. So, very particular subsections of international law. International law subjects are in our prospectus, I think, third year pa. And
Mhm.
isa or dalawa, nung undergrad ko, isa or dalawa lang yun. So, I mean, to compare, yun, yung mga law subjects, most of the time they are in the nature of yun na nga, no, dealing with laws on business, transactions, taxes, di ba? So, ayun, that's why nasabi kong accountancy. Pero ayun, again, sa huli, nasa tao pa rin yan. So, if a person is up to the challenge, kahit anong background pa yan, kayang-kaya yan.
Yung reason mo kung bakit ka nag-take ng international law. So before you answer that, let's take a step backwards muna. Um like I said earlier, during mga bata pa tayo, ito na talaga yung pinag-uusapan natin, law, politics, that sort of thing. So, what what happened or ano yung nag-inspired sa'yo na to really take the international law? Kasi if you remember, the way we talk politics is parang hindi ko naman sinasabing adult, pero we're small adults talking like we know things. We know the specific law and sort of thing. Um Sa'yo, what push you sa pag-take ng international law? Kasi I understand na hindi maliban sa hindi siya madali, like wala namang madali sa buhay, pero in terms of that particular uh, course, it takes a more deeper thought, a deeper understanding of kung ano talaga yung gusto mo i-pursue sa career mo.
Oh, I think what you're referring to here, Kuya Nick, is my undergrad, no? Which is
Mhm,
international
mm,
studies. Isa lang ang international law, or in my case, international humanitarian law,
mhm,
and yung consular and diplomatic affairs. Those are ano lang, parang course subjects or courses in that degree. So where did it all began? So last night I was telling my friend na ano na I recall nung pagkabata ko, meron akong mapa, and then this map shows yun, countries, their borders, their economies, the people they have, et cetera, et cetera. So yun, siguro, growing up, no, yun, I was fascinated by the concept of, uh, in that case, we would later have a term for this, what we now call international relations, di ba? Pero nung bata pa tayo, what we only see are maps with details as to
mhm,
economies, politics, types of government, the people inside, etc. Uh, Now, nung ano ko, ah, yun na nga 'no, ako naalala ko rin na matatanda na pala talaga tayo 'no, parang dati lang we were, exercising our dominion over who
Mhm.
gets to sit,
Mhm.
in Tatay Nell's chair, 'di ba? And in a way, ayun, what we're already exercising are what we can call in international studies as
Mhm.
the control, influence over something. So in that case, it is a chair. Pero yun na nga, bata pa lang tayo. Nandiyan, meron na nga tayong interest dyan, no? Ah, I guess it all began as a curiosity from looking at the maps and then kahit nung bata pa naman ako, may interest naman ako sa pagbabasa ng current events. Hindi lang pagbabasa, ah, pati pagkikinig na rin sa radyo, sa tingin sa TV. Ayun na nga 'no, parang bata pa lang tayo nagka-interest na tayo as to the general state of affairs, not only in our country and outside. I am lucky enough to continue this, interest, when I was in senior high. I graduated uh, with a uh, high school diploma specialized on humanities and social sciences. Again, in the undergrad, I graduated with a international studies degree. And this involves, again, what we've been interested in since our childhood, which is the general affairs, not only of our state, but also the state of other countries all over the
Mhm.
world. So kung meron man talagang influence, it's probably that a child who was interested as to what is happening inside and outside of his country.
Ta's naalala ko pa yun, every time we do read newspapers, sasabihin sa atin, "Bata ka pa, nagbabasa ka na yan, para ka ng matanda." Like, kung sa mga audience na nai-imagine niyo, imagine two small kids na holding newspapers like this, like they're old enough to really understand it. You can catch the entire episode exclusively on YouTube. It's youtube.com at The Nick Barellano Show. It's youtube.com at The Nick Barellano Show.